Greetings everybody, and welcome to our next problem in volume and surface area. So what we're asked to do in this particular problem is, given a spherical tank that has a 6-meter diameter, and we know that that tank can be filled with liquid for $550, we want to find the cost to fill a tank that has a 24-meter diameter. Now, for this particular problem, what we will do, we'll break down, our solution will break down into kind of 3 steps. So the first step is going to be to find the volume of the first tank. And since that is a sphere, what we've got is a volume. So we've got a shape that looks something like this. And we are given that the spherical tank has a 6-meter diameter. Now, since the diameter is going to be 6 meters, then that tells us that the radius is going to be half that, and so our radius is just going to be 3. So what we've got is a spherical tank that has a radius of 3. Now we can turn to our formula for the volume of a sphere, which is going to be our 4/3 pi r cubed. And so when our radius has a value of 3, we have 4/3 pi times 3 to the 3rd power, which ends up giving us 36 pi for the volume of our first spherical tank. Now from there, what we're going to do is really to find the cost per cubic meter. Okay, so this is going to give us kind of a unit cost for the liquid that we're actually filling this tank with. And so what we're told is that to fill the entire tank costs $550. And we just figured out that the volume of that tank is going to be 36 pi, and the units on that one are going to be meters cubed. Now, if we take 550 and divide it by 36 pi, what we get is a value of approximately 4.863067706 dollars per cubic meter. So that kind of gives us a unit cost for the liquid with which we're filling this tank. So now the idea to get the cost to fill the new tank is just really basically going to be this: that the new cost is going to be our cost per cubic meter times the volume of the new tank. And so that's kind of the calculation that we're going to make. Now, we have just found the cost per cubic meter for the liquid. And so now what we need to do is to find the volume of the new tank. And so for that one, again, we're dealing with a sphere. So we've got a sphere that has this shape to it. And again, we're told that the diameter of that new sphere is going to be 24 meters. And so that's going to tell us that our radius, again, is going to be half that. So our radius is going to be 12 meters. And once again, once we know the radius, we can use our formula of 4/3 pi r cubed to then find the volume of that new sphere, so 12 to the 3rd power, and that's going to give us a volume of 2304 times pi. And so that's the value that we can take and put into our expression for the volume of the new tank. And so what we have is our cost per cubic meter. And so that was our $4.86.3067706. And our volume for the new tank was going to be 2304 times pi. And so when we take the product of those two numbers, that actually gives us a final value of $35,200 to fill our new tank. So I hope this has been useful for you, and I will see you guys in the next problem. Take care.